August the 18th, Sunday morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning and it's 39 degrees here in Toke. 39. It was cold last night. We stayed at the Chevron gas station in the back with about 5 or 6 other RVers plus a motorcycle. He had a tent pulled out there and I'm sure he was freezing. But we went to Valdez yesterday and it took us, we stayed there a little bit. It was a beautiful scenic ride to Valdez and back. The town was okay. There was not much in the town, but the scenic ride there was worth it. We got in late, about 11 o'clock here at Toke, so we just filled up gas at the Chevron there and pulled in the back behind the lot and went to sleep. But now we're headed to Haines this morning. Haines is a pretty good ways too. It's about 500 miles, 400 something miles, so we may not make it all the way. The highways here are not interstate like down in the lower 48s where you go 75, 70, 75. Here it's really bumpy and as you've probably seen on some of the videos, gravel roads, bumpy, 55, 60, 65, and then they're working on all the roads, so you'll end up stopping for 15, 20 minutes while they're doing, mainly they're doing drainage work here for all the runoffs from the water that goes underneath the road, so they're doing a lot of drainage. But anyway, we're going to bring you along with us. Hopefully, there's supposed to be a little scenic ride when we get to, we'll end up hitting the border in about 90 miles, Canadian border, and then we'll be in Canada first before we end up back in the U.S. When we go towards Haines. But anyway, we'll bring you along with us. See you in a little bit. U.S. Customs Border Patrol for the what I call the mainland Alaska. To get to the southeast part of Alaska, you can go by plane or by boat, but the road you have to go through Canada to get it down there to Haines, Sagway, Ketchikan, Juneau. All that you have to go through Canada if you want to drive there. So we don't have no boat, no plane, so we're driving there. We're in Canada now. It's very easy, just questions and bonjour, and everything's fine. Pretty quick, really quick.
Friendly.
But anyway, yeah, he was a nice guy. No issues. Just a few questions. So we're headed to Haines. He said we'll probably could make it to Haines if we want to today. 3 hours to Haines Junction, and that's the turn off to go to Haines, and that's about 4 hours. So he said about 7 hours if we want to go ahead and make it today. And we may not. It depends, because there's a nice Canadian National Park too that we may want to visit. So we'll see. We'll bring you along. Let's go.
Food is ready for lunch. It's about 12:30 Canadian time, but actually it's like 1:30 for us since we woke up. Alaska time.
11:30.
Oh, 11:30. Okay. Well, Norman discovered this French toast from Red Baron that I too like it better than the pizza because the dough is much lighter, and I like that. almost feel like eating less starch. Alrighty, let's go. Lunch is served, Norm.
What else we have?
Peach.
Peach and look like dumplings.
Yeah, dumplings.
We're having an early lunch. It's about 11:30 Alaska time, but since we crossed into Canada, it's 12:30. We didn't have breakfast, so we're gonna have lunch. Today we're having pizza, some dumplings, and some peaches. We're at this campground next to the creek, next to the Canada's Kelowna National Park and Reserve. It's beautiful. We came in, we saw the mountains, but you can't see it now because it's misty, it's rainy today, and it's foggy. But you could tell it's beautiful if it was on a clear day. But we saw half of the mountains. Couldn't see the mountaintops. But we're having lunch at a little campground here, right next to the creek, and it's nice. Forgot to mention, it's still 39 degrees here at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been a cold morning, all morning long. So I got my hot coffee. Let me try these dumplings. We never had these dumplings, I don't think. Had we?
No. From Walmart.
From Walmart. It's not that bad. It's kind of tasty. You could taste the pork flavor, Asian style. So it's really not bad. Need the dumpling sauce, but this was cooked in the toaster oven. It wasn't fried, but it's good. I mean,
You think better fried?
I think it would be better fried and with dumpling sauce, but since we're in the camper at lunchtime, it's not a problem. It's still tasty. Okay, we're back on the road. Finished lunch. Still need to hit Haines Junction, get some gas there, but that's still a couple hundred miles away. We've been taking our time moseying along this morning, but we'll get there. Come on, let's go. everybody. It's dinner time. We're here in Haines. We have a beautiful view right outside of the bay. We're at Ocean View RV Park tonight. We're staying here. We got in about 7 o'clock, actually 6 o'clock Alaska time, because we had to change time zones. When we went to Canada, it changed, and we come back to Alaska, it changed. But we drove all day today from Tote to here. We left about 8 in the morning, just drove, took our time, saw some beautiful scenery, and but anyways, time for dinner. We're having noodles. It was 39 degrees most of the way here until we got to Haines. In Haines, it jumped up to 60 degrees. I guess the wind, you'll see some tall mountains that basically probably block some of the wind and cold air, but it's 60 degrees here, very comfortable and nice, and so you can go outside and not freeze. Like this morning it was 39 and stayed that way all the way until we got close here. It's good warm noodle soup. Apples and got a little chips there too. But I do have a little secret dessert later that I bought in Anchorage and been carrying since it's two days old now. I better eat it so it won't go bad. But anyway, I may share that with y'all later.